the guy's a little crazy, but I can't help but like him.
How would things be different with a normal family? I wish just once we could keep it together. Nothing's ever simple. Do this, do that.
My wife's throwing another party, isn't she? Well, enjoy the festivities. Is there something happening downstairs? I'm not sure what all the commotion is.
10 secs to take a breather.
Is there something happening downstairs? I'm not sure what all the commotion is. Would you happen to have the time?
How would things be different with a normal family? I wish just once we could keep it together.
The neon lights, forbidden delights, come have it all, right here in Atlantic City.
Hey! You got a great voice, lady! Wish I could stay awake to hear it!
Excuse me? Just who do you think you're speaking to?
Oh, shut it, Connie. You're always starting crap.
I got the right to say what I mean. Your fancy jazz is putting me to sleep.
Really? Now I don't know what indignities you and this country thrift store are forced to survive out here.
Hey, I scavenged these threads from Charleston landfill, fair and square.
You're living in a bubble, lady. The wasteland ain't no place for some schnazzy pre-war nightclub.
Get out of my club! Get out! Out!
Whoa, jeez Louise. You don't have to tell me twice.
By the way, your singing sucks anyway.
The nerve!
Well, that was embarrassing. Welcome to the Rose Room. Anything to drink?
The nerve of those people. Truly. They wouldn't know talent if it dropped an atomic bomb on them. The nerve of those people. Truly.
Mind your business, pal.
All right, 10 seconds to take a breather.
You looking at something?
Sorry, I can't talk.
You need something too? Do this, do that. Nothing's ever simple. How would things be different with a normal family? All right, 10 seconds to take a breather. Nothing's ever simple. I apologize on behalf of my mother. We'll have enough trouble getting people in here without her immediately scaring them away. To be honest, this is more turnout than I expected. Which is welcome, of course. I mean, I just hope the rest of them are friendly. Anything to drink? Use my time wisely, please. I apologize on behalf of my mother. We'll have enough trouble getting people in... Which is welcome, of course. I mean... Anything to drink? That would be... a beer. Because stock was on me, just behind the other 100 things on my to-do list that nobody else is doing. Sorry, it's not your job to hear me complain. It's your job to relax, have a drink, and enjoy the music. So, what can I help you with? There's another question for my dear mother. We just moved here from the coast, Atlantic City, which, believe it or not, is doing pretty well compared to, you know, everywhere else. Over there, Mom was an entertainer. It's what she does, what she knows. I don't think she's woken up to the reality of what the rest of the world is like out here. See, that's, you know, why does anyone move, really? To see new sights, you know, make new friends, get a fresh start. Could I offer you another drink? My sister's sitting over there. Dad's probably up in his room. He's getting up there, starting to have some cognitive issues recently. It doesn't make him great for socializing. Yeah. Yeah, I really could. My mom thought we weren't going to have any trouble tonight, but the crowd I've seen so far, I have my doubts. Big ones. If you feel inclined, could you keep an eye out? Maybe, if it's necessary, handle a fight? But keep a low profile about it so Mom doesn't freak out. I'd really appreciate it. Right, of course not. I wouldn't expect you to. Head's just all over the place lately. This is what I can spare. Go ahead and join the audience. If nothing happens, then, you can enjoy the show just like everyone else. I hope that's the case, but, you know, better safe than sorry. And thank you. I do really appreciate the help. Welcome to the Rose Room. I wish
Hello,
just
folks.
once we could keep it
Rowdy
together.
looking bunch out there. Well, as I say, there's no better cure for a long day than some snazzy tunes. Sit back and enjoy.
I can't listen to this baloney no more. Let's light this place up.
God damn it!
Everyone down!
You see me give the goddamn signal?
Whatever you give!
You killed the wrong man today! Heard it all! I'm not done! Not yet! Tough guy!
Well, that was
What?
invigorating.
In God's name is happening?
They were simple instructions. How hard is it to follow simple instructions?
Vincenzo, why is my audience dead?
Why don't you ask this guy before he croaks?
I mean, really? What does on my signal mean to you? Does it mean whatever the hell you want? Didn't turn out well for them. What about me, huh? Condemned to death by the stupidity of others. It was simple. Wait for all the Russos to be in the room together. Shoot on my signal. Couldn't follow either one. Almost makes me happy to be put out of my freaking misery.
Vincenzo, what did you do?
What? Really? You of all people are gonna point your finger at me?
Guess every one of you nutsos has a reason to be afraid of payback from Atlantic City. Sleep tight, Russos. I may not be the last to come for you.
Just nonsense is all it is. We can't let them scare us.
We don't know who they are to begin with.
Oh, don't act like you're above all this. For all we know, someone at City Hall has it out for you.
I can't even begin to tell you how little you know about me and City... Shit, Abby, are you okay?
They're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for me. Get away from me. They know. I thought I covered my tracks. They're gonna come back. They're gonna...
What are you talking about?
She's got the shakes. Could be she's danced with the devil.
You're my own mom. Don't talk to me like...
Crap. I think you're right.
The Those who'd fancy themselves part of the Atlantic City high life have access to a special intoxicant. They drink the devil's blood. I should have paid more attention. Must be the stress of the move got to her.
You say that now. All of this was your idea. We're so busy dealing with your problems, there's no room for anyone else.
Is that really how you feel, Vincenzo?
Yes, it is 100% absolutely how I feel.
After everything I've done for us, everything I've sacrificed. Unbelievable.
Crap. I think I went too far.
What was that?
Everything I do goes unappreciated.
Sorry about all this. I was right to expect trouble, just not this much of it. I really appreciate that. Just, please go talk to my mother for me. It was a bad time to set her off.
Son!
Right now, we just need to figure out how to help Abby.
What was that?
Me? It's, possible, but I wouldn't be the first in line for elimination. Anyway, that's not important right now. Those people are dead, and Abby's alive. But that could change if we don't get her treated. Yeah, tell me about it. Mom's obsessed with herself, and Dad can hardly remember what he
Must
did
have
2
left
minutes
something.
ago. With the
Or
two
did
of
I
them so
screw up?
preoccupied, it's no wonder Abby keeps getting herself into trouble. That leaves me to jerry-rig everything together with twine and duct tape. That regardless of any issues between me and her, she needs to come down and be there for her daughter. Tell her I'm sorry, and Abby needs her right now. She needs all of us. I can't do this on my own.
So cold.
Yeah, you're right. Now we're on to a different type of conflict resolution. Take this. That's the most I can give you. Be gentle. Mom's ego will require soothing if she's going to cooperate.
They're gonna come for me.
Thank you. I know you'll have better luck than I would.
Opening night is a failure. I offer drinks, games, music, more excitement and luxury than this dreary mountain range has ever seen, and what do I get? An audience full of hitmen, a strung-out daughter, and an unappreciative son! Just ridiculous! Nothing makes sense anymore!
What was that?
Of course he does. And I'd like one thing in the last 20 years of my life to count as a success! Is that so much to ask for? Ah, fine. I'll come downstairs and help. The extra moment of peace isn't worth delaying the inevitable. But it's not like I'll be able to do anything anyway.
Must have left something.
Once a paradise.
Or did I screw up?
Now, a madhouse. Everyone lost their sanity after the bombs. The showmen are the worst of all. Avoid them at all costs. They're masochists who get off on risking their own lives in front of others. Once upon a time, people could appreciate simple talent. Now, everyone's so depressed about the end of the world that the only way they can feel something is by pumping their adrenaline up to 11. The showmen make a living by capitalizing on that desire. What are you implying? You don't know anything about me. I did what was necessary to survive in a cutthroat industry full of insane people. If they'd come after me for that, let them. You think I'm not concerned? Let me ask you something. What do you do to de-stress? Read a comic? Listen to the radio? It's the apocalypse. Maybe you go out and blow some heads off. Whatever it is, it's a distraction. A tool to stay sane under pressure. So don't you dare judge me for keeping my head above water. Much better to complain than to have an emotional breakdown. Do me one favor first. Go upstairs and let my husband Antonio know what's happening. He may not understand, but
Must have left something.
he should at least be told.
Where did I screw up?
Well, pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Russo's Haven. How do you like the festivities? Blood of the devil? No, that doesn't sound like something anybody should be drinking.
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
Me? Oh, I'm right as rain. Oh, how are you doing this fine evening? Enjoying the festivities? My daughter. Oh, oh, you know, I still remember catching little Abby with a pack of candy pilfered from the convenience store. So clever. Yeah, and so stubborn. I never thought that she would, were we talking about somebody? Hitman? What hitman? Have you been watching too much television? Going already? But you just said hello. Anyone ever told you that you look familiar?
It's so cold.
You're back. Thanks for that. Look, I've done some thinking. Devil's blood is highly addictive, and withdrawal is dangerous. It could even be fatal. We're hundreds of miles away from anyone who knows what to do about this. Doctors here are only going to know about regular chems.
A doctor's not good enough anyway. We need the blood.
Who are you?
Like I said, they may have heard about Devil's blood, but they're not going to have a supply. Or a cure. But that vertibird... Say, you don't happen to be on good terms with the refuge, do you?
Must have left something. Where did I screw up?
You're kidding. Then you're exactly the person we need right now. I need to ask you something crazy. Because you don't really know us, and really, from what you've seen so far, have no reason to trust us. But my sister is in trouble, so I'm going to ask.
What was that?
Could you fly to Atlantic City and bring back a dose of Devil's blood?
You make the second part of that sound like a simple ask.
I did say it was crazy. But please, and I really mean it, it'd be a bad idea for any of us to go back there right now.
Where did I screw
If
up?
newcomers like us could even negotiate a flight in the first place. Remember the firefight earlier? Whoever sent those people still has it out for us.
For one of us, in any case.
Undetermined. We could fight about it all day. It's an exclusive chem. Typically only accessible to high society and to the people that source it. The mob. You'll have to find one of them.
Cold.
See what you can negotiate. You're not joking, right? Oh, you can pull this off. Abby needs you to. Please, just let us know as soon as possible if anything goes wrong. I'll do whatever I can for her in the meantime.
They're gonna come for me.
I'm not sure how much longer I can survive outside the city.
It's so cold.
Are there any songwriters around here? I may be doomed to search my own feelings.
Tell me you have the dose.
Horrid.
If you're still going to do this, please take it seriously. Or let us know so we can figure something else out. I mean it.
Must have left something. Where did I screw up? Who are you? Get away. It's so cold.
Well, isn't this a tricky situation? Do enjoy Atlantic City. I promise you it's far less of a drag than this place. Appalachia, mind you. My Rose Room is destined to be the most enchanting place on this side of the mountain range.
Didn't realize they were literally still dropping nukes on themselves. Sorry, I'm not much for conversation. Allison talked my ear off.
Atlantic, step right up, my friend. I've got a special opportunity for you approved by management themselves. How would you like to go on a little vacation? We're talking about the greatest city on the East Coast. We are offering free travel to America's playground.
I heard
Atlantic
there's
City,
a
New
chess
Jersey.
set around here.
A
if you ever
haven
wanna
of
play.
wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid for a flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals.
Need anything?
Sounds like a deal, right?
I was out scavenging for food earlier.
That's right.
Only got attacked
As
by
long
swords
as the
for
city
once.
leadership hears you're helping out, that's all they ask of you. They were mighty jazzed to hear word of an organization from abroad that's all about helping people. You can always use fresh faces in AC. And especially
One of the other initiates
ones
said
with
I
initiative.
reek of desperation.
That's what keeps our city alive.
I don't smell anything.
Oh, look at all this stuff people have donated. That's great.
It varies from person to person. I don't have all the details, but I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If game shows are more your style, the showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star in their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for. And now that's what I'm talking about. I let Orlando know you've agreed to help out, and I'm sure they'll get word back to the city leaders.
Really use a
And,
drink.
you come right back,
Rucker wants
talk
us
to me if you
sober
have
on
any
the job.
questions, all right? I'm your one-stop guide to the city. Jeremiah Hopkins. Mighty pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm at your service to tell you anything you'd like to know about Atlantic City.
Discount? Not in this damn bottle cap economy.
Beautiful place. Just a gorgeous view from up there on the rooftop. Never seen anything like it.
Hope you're doing all right, Mama. You're always in my thoughts.
Well, yes. I understand that Initiate Ellison over there is a member of such a brotherhood, and he's an upstanding young man. He asked me if I would go outside if I had a suit of power armor to protect me. And the answer is absolutely not. What if the armor malfunctioned and crushed me alive, or ran out of juice just as something scary approached? I bet if someone saw me in their armor, they'd think I was a monster. I'd rather make friends than scare people. Wendigo. You mean the mythical flesh-eating kind, but bigger? I'm sure that's not possible. See, you're just coming up with stories scary. I'm just saying. Can't let good old fiction haunt my dreams after all. Now, why don't we talk about something else?
Maybe I come off a little too strong. No, maybe
Beautiful
not strong
place.
enough.
Just a gorgeous view from up there. You trying to scare me now? I've heard. You get breathed on by a bat, suddenly big green crystals start growing out of your skin, right? I am perfectly good. Never seen one of those. Thank you very much. Outside. Now, why would there be any need for that when I'm enjoying my snug
make sure
and
to boil your
secure
water before you
accommodations here? No, sirree. I am fully satisfied staying inside where there are no surprises.
I wouldn't want to be Rucker. I never thought a single person
If you're
could
interested in
spend so
some
thin.
new sights, how about Atlantic City?
If you're caught out and about with no place to go, the responders have an outpost in Flatwoods.
Now, if I were to stop being optimistic, I would have to think about stressful things that I may or may not be choosing not to think about. Better to focus on the good. Keep smiling. Ain't that right?
We could always use an extra hand around here.
Yeah, I know.
The
My
potatoes
father
here
used to say
taste
that too.
amazing. So
He was a
fresh.
courageous
and
man.
Only a few rats.
Good love for people. Then went out just the way he wanted to. In a blaze of glory. I know there are dangerous things out there. Other people may be well equipped to handle them.
I should
But
check if those blue
I'm
folks
not.
carry
My
weapons,
energy
too.
is best spent making people smile.
This
How are them not to
once a
worry?
robot tried to give me a
That
haircut
means
just
put my
before
blinders on a little.
It's a shame.
So be it.
I can't get out
Let
of
me
that.
enjoy this little pocket of this world that I still have left to me. And still safe. When the bold ones venture out, take on the world. That's what they're born to do. And I don't want any part of that. How insightful you are. Yes, my travel was arranged by the Atlantic City Mayor's office. Now, there's no tourism board per se, but the groups managing the nightlife and entertainment of the city are always interested in bringing in new faces. They worked out an arrangement with the city, who decided my skills were best put to work out here in a fresh and safe environment. Well, I saw something that was against nature.
A safe haven filled with people trying
Evidence
to
of
help
the
others?
holy. Look,
It feels like
I can accept mutated wildlife.
Or hell, if
All those nukes weren't gonna fall without consequence. But this thing? It was too damn close to my nightmares. I can't handle the possibility of hell on earth and in my fair city of all places. Let's not talk about this anymore. I came here to clear my mind of all that nonsense. Get a fresh start.
No longer, Ellison. Valdez will see everything you have to offer. You'll see.
Certainly. By all means, ask away. Threats? No, you're unlikely to encounter any of those. Unless the gorgeous wildlife of the Pine Barrens board in our city becomes unruly. But the mayor's office has that completely under control.
Oof, I can't wait until dinner.
Well, if that's the case then, the mutated flora, we call them the overgrown. For the most part, folks don't know they're a problem because the municipal workers have been fighting them back. But that's not all. There's something more sinister out there. I'd prefer not to talk about this anymore. Every city's got problems, right? And outside this little pest problem, there's so much love in AC.
Hope all the folks at the commune are doing well.
Well, our city is run by the tough and virtuous Mayor Tim. Once a humble farmer,
Damn,
now
that
a city
blood
leader.
looks thing was
Around
nasty.
Casino Quarter,
Wonder what
you hear
it
the
was like
name
before he
Quintino
was
Lombardi.
tiny.
He's known to be a bit hot-headed. He's been the head of the family for a long time. And finally, there's Mother Charlotte, the creative and daring founder of the Showman. These three work together to provide the city with everything it
If you see
needs to
anyone
thrive.
struggling out in Appalachia,
Lights,
be sure to tell them
entertainment,
about the White Spring.
and a functioning economy.
This wanton robot tried to give me a haircut before running off. It's a shame. I can't get at the back.
Outside of civilians and visitors, such as yourself, there are three groups that keep on the lights and life of Atlantic City. The Showmen are entertainers,
around those
hosting
raiders,
performances
I want
and
nothing to
games
do
of
with
all kinds, primarily from the boardwalk and pier. The Lombardi family, they manage the nightlife in the Casino Quarter. They're an intimate bunch, but don't be intimidated. They're as much a part of Atlantic City's charm as anyone else. And last, but definitely not least, our city government workers manage the day-to-day
Nothing like a feeling
operations
of
that
a
make
good
life
job done
easy for the
well.
rest of us. First off, you can take a relaxing stroll along the boardwalk. Enjoy the street vendors and a delightful sea breeze. Larger attractions take place at Showman's Pier on the far end of the boardwalk. Underneath the pier, you can lose yourself in the architectural wonder of an aquarium built beneath the sea. When night falls, Casino Quarter has everything you need to make it an evening to remember. Nightclubs and casinos galore.
There's times
And further
I'm
inward,
not doing
all
enough,
the magic you don't
that I'm
see
not good enough.
happens at the
I
city
just try to
center.
remember that
That's
I
where the
managed
mayors
to
always keep the
get
city
here in
running.
the first place. There I go, reassuring myself again.
Hope all the folks at the commune are doing well.
Do you remember relaxing beach getaways? Exciting outside of the town? Amenities and entertainment to fill your safe and mundane life with inspiration and excitement? Even if you're not old enough to remember those blissful before days, Atlantic City is your chance to experience them for the first time. Our city is safe, luxurious, and
I forget
beautiful.
why I came here in the first
But don't believe me. See it for yourself. Well, now, of course, reality is always more complicated. But just like any place, it depends on where you stick your head. You stick it too deep, and well, you're not likely to reach it. Fine. But I much prefer the delightful breeze comfortably above the water.
Rucker's going to flip when she hears how much we...
Do you remember relaxing beach getaway? Amenities and entertainment. Even if you're not old enough, our city is safe. Nothing's impossible, my friend. After the war, the city government worked hard to keep things running how they should. They didn't let a bomb ruin a great day.
It's tough. And not that scribe training isn't hard, too.
Do you remember relaxing beach getaway? Amenities and even if you're not, our city is... That it is, my friend. That it is. After the war, the city government worked hard to keep things running how they should. They didn't let a bomb ruin a great day.
Places to set up shop than the White Spring. Far worse.
Oh, and we were just getting to the good part. We are offering free travel to America's playground. Atlantic City, New Jersey. A haven of wonder, excitement, and opportunity. Fully governed and, I assure you, safe from the dangers of the outside world. In exchange for your all expenses paid vertebrate flight, all we ask is a little assistance paid back to the locals.
Oh, look at all this stuff people have donated. That's great.
It varies from person to person. How to have all the details, but I know the Lombardi family is looking for assistance with some business matters. If games are more your style, the showmen are always looking for fresh faces to star in their entertainment. I'm sure a bright person like you will find just the opportunity you're looking for.
Oh, the work I do is extremely rewarding, but boy is it tiring. That malfunctioning robot set us back in a big way. I'm gonna have to ask the boys to go the extra mile on this job. What was that robot going on about? Strangers, nonsense.
As I've said, Mrs. Russo, the facilities are available to responders and refugees.
I am responding to a need to save an addict from the terrifying consequences of indulgence. I suppose your charity doesn't extend to dirty junkies. Is that it?
As it stands, I have no way to verify your story. Had you a prior relationship with us, or the victim was present for our medical staff to...
Prior relationship? So this is a refuge ruled by nepotism, is it?
I deeply apologize for the commotion, darling. We do strive to make every visit to the White Spring a pleasant one.
Finally, you've arrived. I was resigned to having to convince this lunatic that my daughter is dying all by myself.
Do you know this woman? Ah, wonderful.
I believe an apology is in order.
Apologies are ordered to those who deserve them. Nonetheless, it behooves the refuge to help those in need. Perhaps you could provide more coherent details regarding this woman's conundrum.
Oh, don't tell people about that. You'll scare away the customers.
A nightclub? Here? In the rural mountains of West Virginia?
From what I've seen, you hippies could really use the excitement.
Oh dear. I don't even know where to begin with correcting you. We've heard the name. The stories place it as something rather more dangerous than your average chem.
The High is legendary, reserved for the upper crust of idiots who live in America's playground and still manage to get bored.
It is your daughter we're talking about helping, right?
Oh, give Abigail a break. The move has been stressful for her.
In that case, you will be happy to hear that the leaders of Atlantic City are sponsoring travel for visitors. You might speak to Mr. Jeremiah Hopkins about it, if you haven't already. He has a booth out in the common area, beside the stage. So long as you're willing to provide assistance to the locals during your travels, you may fly to Atlantic City whenever you'd like.
Incredible. Was that so difficult?
You're graciously welcome for the flight, Mrs. Russo. Now I'm afraid I have other duties to attend to. Lennox shall be happy to board you once your preparations are complete. Excuse me.
It baffles me how you're able to deal with that person. I mean, where are they from? The 17th century? Oh, you were you? And what was I supposed to do? Just leave my daughter's fate in the hands of some stranger hundreds of miles away? For all I know, you might throw back the blood at your first opportunity. Then you'll find yourself splayed out naked on the boardwalk 2 days later, choking on your own vomit. I suppose the showman would dispose of you before letting you bare your cheeks on their turf. And then where would that leave me? And Abigail? Of course I didn't have to. We're all free people, aren't we? I take it upon myself to answer a pain in the ass with a full-body Charlie horse. At a minimum. Honestly, do you not stick up for yourself? Oh, please. I'm a performer. I learned from real-life stage experience. Not from sitting at home reading Shakespeare over and over like that Orlando character must have. It's embarrassing to listen to. Wonderful. I'll be having a drink at the bar until our departure. I'll need it to get me through that dreadful flight.
Excuse me! Sorry to interrupt you. I just heard you were going to Atlantic City and it's not safe there. There's a monster. I saw it. People keep going missing. That's why I left.
You're not mouthing off about some Jersey devil, are you? What a load of hogwash. My parents told me that story when I was a child to scare me into submission. Well, it didn't work! And no Jersey devil has snatched me from my bed.
It's real, I swear! Long ago, a woman known as Mother Leeds cursed her 13th child. When she gave birth to the child one stormy night in the Pine Barrens, it transformed into a winged devil and flew off into the night. It's been tormenting Jersey residents ever since. You did?
Oh, brother! Don't encourage these delusions.
We're lucky to be alive. It had so much evil intent. I still feel its effects, don't you? They're siphoning its blood and turning it into a drug. That's why it's so angry now.
Marketing tactics. What would you name a chem that's supposed to be the ultimate temptation? Would you call it innocent angel milk? Siphoning blood. No sensible business person would put in all that effort, even if the Jersey Devil was real.
Loud tourists, low-tier entertainers, showgoers on their way home from the pier. The devil swoops down from the sky and swallows them whole.
The perfect cover story to disappear anyone inconvenient. That devil almost got me too! Oh, good thing I fled to the mountains!
At least I warned you. Better for my conscience. Keep your eyes on the skies.
I do wish the responders would tidy up a bit. Would it hurt to respond
Be careful.
to the need to dust
You
the
never
place?
know what's out there. Do you think it's really safe here?
big way.
You'd be crazy not to drink with me before getting in that vertibird.
Strangers not
Don't tell me I'm holding you up. There's windshield polishing and luggage loading to do, isn't there?
Darling, wonderful to see you. Can I be of service? There is very little I'm permitted to speak about, but ask away, dear.
I feel so haunted. When will it go away? So peaceful around here, isn't it? Be careful. You never know what's out there.
Be careful. One wrong step and you'll be swamp food.
Oh, did it always smell like this? You would think in a city, people could find a civilized place to relieve themselves. Oh. Very funny. There's more chance to see a pirate ship flying over this city than some kind of winged goat. We are in the Casino Quarter, which is owned and operated by the Mafia. Toward the coast, we have the boardwalk, proving ground of the showman. And further inland is the city center, where the government continues to keep things half-functioning. Oh, smells like they need to hire another garbage man, however. The best bet I can give you is a fellow named Stanley Soriano. He spends all his free time at the High Rollers Lounge in the Neapolitan Casino. Stan is a weak link. Make him feel important, and he'll serve up practically anything on a silver platter. He's a former friend of my husband. One of the most empty-headed coots I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. It's entertaining, really. Tell him anything, and watch the words pass through the void. Me? Oh, that would be a bad idea. You be a doll and handle the communications. I'll meet you back here once the job is done. Oh, don't be silly. I'm like a handler. I have to be present to make sure you get the job done. That doesn't mean I'm going to be the one to do it. Don't you worry about what I'm occupied with. It'll just be a distraction.
That you held on the way in. We'll see about the way out.
Don't wait up for me. Or actually, do. One should always have an escape plan.
You've got all the Vegas you need right here in AC, capiche? Don't need to be going nowhere else. I gotta tell Joey to plug up the basement in the Neapolitan. The overgrown are getting in again. much that cologne?
Let me tell you, payday's become a myth round here since they put the Gavone with the belts in charge of the books. Personal space mean anything to you? Tell you what, this whole neighborhood's my
Somebody
personal
gotta do to
space.
cop a taste of devil's blood. Not rich or famous. Not yet, anyway.
I should get out and clear my head. But, one more time.
Are you visiting too?
Gotta do to cop a taste of devil's blood. Have you been down to the aquarium? Oh, it's
Not
marvel.
yet,
Anyway.
The house always wins, eh?
What's poppin'?
Well, not tonight it doesn't.
Buttercup.
I've got my
And then
lucky
it doesn't.
charm.
Still can't believe that show last night. So barbaric.
For a ripper. Not the chainsaw kind. The one with a bun.
It will be the death of me.
Think the munis really have everything handled?
The High Rollers Lounge has an exclusive entry policy. You're not on the list.
Gonna ruin our reputation around here.
You mean to tell me that that other guy wasn't Stan's chaperone? You better get in there quick. I think there's a game going already. Sorry for the confusion earlier.
Losing Antonio was a big hit to the family. Oh, I can't believe that rat
Royal
ran out
flush
on us.
again? You must have the angels on your side, my friend.
You mean you don't see it, Stan? He's playing you. Ain't nobody got that kind of luck.
Oh, come on. You know I'd never play you, Stan. You're the man. You know, what I love most about you, Stan, how much faith you put in your friends.
This is ludicrous.
Oh, now what you gonna do that for? You really think he was playing me?
Come on, Stan. 3 royal flushes in a row? Now you grab that cash and take care of your family. I'm headed out. Stay clear of the barons. Ain't nothing there but demons that haven't showered since before the bombs. Everyone's in a twist over Conchetta giving orders. How do I feel? I don't care so long
My
as I
pa
get
was a
my
made
cut.
man, and his pa before him.
You gotta
and his
respect
pa
those
before
showboys
him.
for going all in. It's a constant brush with the big guy in the sky for them.
You hear the... You looking at something? You heard of me? Well, as a matter of fact, I am Stanley Soriano. Proud father, handler of official business, and avid patron of this fine establishment. How can I help you? Always a shame when you think someone's got your back and turns out they're just playing you. But hey, crazy things happen all the time. Just last week, someone was saying they had special chips worth double, but they looked exactly the same. Now, what was the deal with that, huh? At least put some gold flecks on them or something.
I caught Sal tampering with the slots.
Whoa there! Now, I can hook you up with all kinds of camps. But as for the blood, what makes you think a nobody like you should get access to Atlantic City's most sought-after chem?
Buttercup. That name will be the death of me. My pa was a made man. His pa before him, and his pa before him.
Well, absolutely. That I do, that I do. Stan's been given an important job here, managing this stuff. And I think you deserve a taste of the best our city has to offer. But first, you'll have to prove yourself trustworthy. Provide service for the family, and you'll be rewarded. Cross the family, and you end up on our hit list. See, a young showman known as Zaid stole some blood from our stores a few nights back. He's got a show on tonight. And those who don't respect our rules don't get to live freely. You want the blood? Then that show don't go smoothly. And Zaid gets the message to never even dream about stealing from us again. Orphan? Nah. The only way you get access is if we grant it.
My pa was
Or
a
if
made
you're
man,
one of
and
us.
his pa before
Zaid
him,
had
and
a
his pa
friend on
before
the
him.
inside. One who's already been dealt with. So don't you worry about that.
This is the most happening place in AC.
I don't know what kind of carnival mumbo-jumbo they have scheduled over there. It's on the pier. Zaid's the headliner. You figure it out from there. Broken, mutilated, utterly disgraced, dead. Don't matter to me, as long as the message gets sent. Of course, dead guarantees that. But if you want to take the risk of disappointing us, that's on you.
Like some old farmer's gonna whack anybody.
So you can understand something real clearly. What you're about to do to young Zaid, that's what'll happen to you if you get any funny ideas about how to source more blood. You want another taste? You gotta come through the family. Officially. That's the lesson of this assignment. Sounds like we have an understanding. Now listen carefully. You're gonna have to get backstage somehow. Maybe by posing as a cast member. That's your best shot at getting access to Zaid. Once you've got an opportunity, it's up to you how you want to deal with him. I'll meet you outside after the show. Don't disappoint me. Capiche? The Strunks. You confused about what he's supposed to be doing?
Him fancies himself the leader of AC? Like some old farmer's gonna whack.
You mean to tell me you've already forgotten the favor Stan did for you? The opportunity Stan honored you with? I should knock you out. But since I'm feeling nice today, I'll grant you the privilege of a reminder. In return for sending a message to the young showman Zaid, I granted you an exclusive taste of the best thing our city has to
How
offer.
come the munis need so much
Devil's blood.
What?
You really went and took the blood and forgot all about it? You must be made of different stuff. No one forgets that high. High Rollers Lounge. Taste the danger. The opportunity to make a fortune. I've been coming here every day for the last 18 years. That means every day for the last 18 years, my chances have been getting higher. I'll break the bank any day now. And then, it's a new life for Stan. Are you questioning Stan's infallible logic? Ha! I've been playing for 18 years. I know how gambling works. Unless, what Al told me all those years ago was... You know what? I need a moment to think about all this. Just get out of here, all right? 18 years? Strokes, you confused about what you're supposed to be doing? I think you've got the wrong idea. These games aren't about enjoyment. They're about ambition. Let's say you spin the slots a few times and don't get nothing. Do you give up? If you're serious about making your fortune, you gotta keep spinning. I've been trying one of the slots for months and not gotten a single cap. Not a single one. Even when it says I should have got something. I'm telling you, it's a sign. That slot machine is special. It's saving my earnings for one big payout at the end.
And his pa before him.
My pa was a made man, and his pa before him, and his pa before him.
Don't you forget our conversation. Capiche?
How come the munis need so much money?
They let you in to see me, did they?
A word of advice. Any wise guy who starts trouble around here ain't really
What,
wise.
do I look like a
Let us
butler to
know if you run into
Don't
one.
bother someone else.
You gonna make a necklace out of those caps? Or are you gonna invest wisely in the Neapolitan?
You got a lint roller on you? Yeah, this suit's filthy.
Ah, you got less gifts than last week.
Losing Antonio was a big...
Most happening place in AC. Why those munis want to stay in their gross little hovel is beyond me.
Sal tampering with the slots again. That grifter's gonna ruin
I wonder how long it'll be before the Don shows his money. Pa was a made man, and his pa before him.
Go on, Drew. Hey, and keep an eye on Stan, all right?
That pa do.
All this talk of bogeys crawling out of the barrens. What's a plant gonna do? Grow at me?
Protect and serve.
This city has offered all that it promised.
I'm so small down here. I need greater height.
Don't ask me for directions. You're not from round here.
You know where I could get a good hoagie?
Always a pleasure to see the face of a rival.
What's it take to get me? Do I just kill a guy and then the mob shows up to recruit?
What's that look for? Trying
Losing to you is a great opportunity. Next time, I'll repay your favor.
Too many Jersey slides gone wrong.
Hey, I could be a showman.
down to the aquarium?
I'm real good at wiggling my ears.
Comes the
Shit,
challenges.
it's useful for a change.
Coward wants to call it.
I have to push the limits. It would be dangerous to disappoint Mother. Dreaming of anything today?
I will crash like a soaring wave upon all who witness me.
A mother's love is I was on top of the world!
Go for a ripper. Not the chainsaw kind. No, the one with the bun and all.
You gotta
the
try the
buttons.
cocktails at Quintino's.
I love your vacation wear.
What I wouldn't do for a taste of the blood.
Be honest. Do I look like a tourist?
Welcome, welcome. Here to be amazed, shocked, and entertained? Well, tonight, as our lucky 13th customer, you will get all
I'll
of that
head down to
and
the
more
big ben.
for free. Congratulations. Ah, what a funny question. We showmen put on performances of all kinds. Our first and only priority is giving you an experience you will never forget. So, open your mind and prepare to be amazed.
So, this city's run by a circus, Godfather...
That it is! Opening night for our shining young star. Please head straight inside to the stage and take care not to enter restricted areas. We may be a bit late tonight, as we are still awaiting the arrival of one of our cast members. The show simply cannot start without our star clown. Trust me, they are worth the wait.
Shine brightly. You never know who's watching.
Please enjoy the show.
Man, I could go
The show will begin as soon as
Not
our
the chainsaw
star
kind.
clown
The one with a
arrives.
bun and...
It's the soul that's oversized, not the shoe!
Do you know if it's happy hour?
Beat it. I'm not your tour guide. Have you been outside the city? Let me tell you, you don't want to be there.
Don't bother me. I'm on vacation.
I love your vacation wear.
Eating around will be the death of me.
just minds in a soundless world.
Won't you be my friend forever?
If only I had a flower for you.
Every second without laughter brings us closer to death.
Waiting around will be the death of me.
I just can't wait to make everyone laugh.
Every second without laughter brings us closer to death.
It's the soul that's oversized, not the shoe!
We're all just minds in a soundless world.
I just can't wait to make everyone laugh!
Waiting around will be the death of me.
Dibbles! Is that finally you? Late on opening night? Who hired you? Was it me? We'll be served on a plate to the ravenous masses with their vicious, quivering jaws. Oh, get to the stage already! They await your opening act! I'm not ready yet. I can't be seen like this. Why are you asking me? Everyone knows Evelyn Russo. Oh, how beloved she was. How terrible her humiliation. An artist like her would never accept such a fate. Oh, but that'll be me if you don't get out there soon. Quickly now. You're ruining us! Who else would I be? The mayor? Yes! I can make jokes too. Ha ha! Tee hee! Are you happy now? I have to get ready, and you have to get them ready for me! What am I talking about? What are you talking about? This is your act! Your stage, your hour to sparkle and shine. You must make them laugh. Or when I go out there, they'll gut me where I stand. Gore me with their glares. Dismember me with their displeasure. It's a sacred responsibility of the opening act. I'm doomed already if you don't know it. Oh, I'm doomed. I'm dead where I stand. Not just a show, a masterpiece, an indelible memory. Go now, before our audience turns rabid. They must be starving.
I just can't wait to make everyone laugh!
And now, for your opening act, please welcome to the stage the funniest, the wackiest, the most diabolical Star Clown! This zany jokester never shies from a good gag, even at their own expense. But why don't I let them show you what I mean? Fun fact, nothing stimulates a clown's appetite more than a hearty laugh. A hungry clown will prance and frolic to earn a mouthful of their favorite food, delivered with enthusiasm by their jovial leader. Please welcome this giggle of clowns to the stage and bear witness to their feeding frenzy.
Where's my pie?
And now, for a classic trick with an explosive twist. Watch as this deviously dexterous merrymaker juggles live grenades! That looks like it hurt! We'll be passing out warm towels to wipe any blood off. Let's give it up for our star clown!
You have to try the cocktails at Quentino's. New to Atlantic City? Or are you lucky enough to live here?
Waiting around will be the death of me.
You? What are you doing here? You followed me, didn't you? You better explain yourself. Well, if you're so interested, then fine. You weren't supposed to know about all this, but there's no avoiding it now. I used to be the star around here. I deserve to have it back. That stage is mine. I'm taking it from this up-and-coming nobody to remind this city exactly what they lost. Or at least, that was my plan. You being here really puts a damper on things. You and Vincenzo have that situation handled. This family has never needed me. Antonio was always busy, and Abigail followed him like a dog. Vincenzo handled everything around the house, but the crowd. They always loved me. I gave them something. I still have more to give. I get rid of Zaid before the final act. Indispose him, mind you. I'm not a murderer. I go on in his place. Put on the show he was meant to. No safety protocols. I prove to the city that if it's truly what they want, I too can evolve. that I'm still worth something. I was the best singer in Atlantic City. Everyone wanted me. Then the world ended, and everyone changed. That Charlotte bitch started feeding them adrenaline in place of talent. I can't compete with a chemical reaction. My only chance to stay relevant was to join them. I became a showman. I put my act on a dangerous high-rise, let people get off thinking they might see me topple to my death. But I have too much to live for. I was on wires the whole time. I fell one day and the jig was up. After that, the showman wanted my head. I need a chance to redeem myself. These people, they used to love me. They just need to be reminded of that. Then you understand why I have to do this. It's my only chance. I'm nothing without it. Nonsense. They were always complaining about me, calling me a diva. Vincenzo would tell me to get out of the way so he could do things properly. I'm nothing but a failure to them. They have no appreciation. Family. I used to know what that meant once. Nothing ever turns out quite how you imagine it. But I suppose that's no reason to stop trying, is it? It never stopped me in showbiz.
Is that Evelyn Russo? The disgrace? Oh! Mother has to hear about this! She's gonna send the whole city after you!
Wait! Come back here, you pathetic nobody! Shit. I didn't expect them to raise the alarm so soon. Well, I don't have much time before every showman on the boardwalk is chasing after me with a machete. But before I go, the least I can do is help you help Abigail. So tell me what needs to be done. Yes, they put me on their godforsaken hit list after my act went awry. They can't have anyone besmirching the showman's foolhardy reputation. So, anyone who is disgraced in the eyes of the public is erased from history altogether. Who do you think you're talking to? Of course I can. I always scrape through somehow. So long as I make it to the vertibird, they're not going to know I'm there. Especially not with Miss Lennox guarding it like her own newborn child. So, it's dirty business. Well, nothing new in this city. Now, the final act of this little show involves the star clown, you, throwing knives at poor Zaid against a decorated backboard. There's an obvious option there if bloodshed doesn't make you, queasy. But we do know the showmen take cheating very seriously. And it just so happens that Zaid wears a protective vest underneath his costume. The blood would be on your hands, not mine. I've seen worse in these parts. Hard to make it very far with too many, morals in the way. puts a sour taste in my mouth, knowing exactly how that feels. But it's the showmen who are delusional, not Sade and I for valuing our own lives. I'll leave the job to you. I need to scram before Charlotte's loyal human dogs sniff me out.
We're all just minds in a soundless world.
Meeting round will be the death of me.
A night of heart-throbbing classics. Where would we be without them? For hundreds of years, art has risked heart and soul, life, limb. So I close with one last visceral threat. The curve of blade to neck. Tantalizingly
It's the soul
close.
that's oversized,
Assistant!
not the shoe!
Master of laughs! Let loose! And don't you dare gut me! Get to your place! You're ruining us! Walking up to me. This isn't what we rehearsed!
I just can't wait to make everyone laugh!
This? It isn't at all what it looks like. My costume. The layers!
Every second without laughter brings us closer to death.
Oh, it's over! Mother! It's over! Oh, I fooled myself! They all see it! Oh, I've got to get out of here! Where can I hide?
Who is that wearing my oversized shoes? You think just anyone can honk and giggle? You made me a punchline! I'll make you pay with your funny bone. I'll twist your neck like a balloon.
Distinguished guests, clowns, and showmen, brace yourself for an unexpected encore. For this impersonating intruder cannot be allowed to leave unpunished. This is now an open-fire venue. Proceed calmly to the nearest exit, or grab your gun and join the fun!
Are you laughing or crying? I can't tell the difference.
For introductions. The real you.
I heard the news. Showmen are gonna have his head. Probably would have been nicer to cut off a limb or two. As promised, a taste of the devil himself. Now, don't you go blabbing about where you got it. Stan's got a tight ship to steer. The Russos are long gone. That is, if there ever was a Russo. I sure don't know any Russos. Now, didn't I just say I got a tight ship to steer? Even if we did have such a doe snooping around the family, who finally got too damn entitled for her own good, I wouldn't tell you nothing about that. Of course not. I wouldn't tell you how useless it would be to go after that little girl. We'd have to have a big damn reason to send guys that far away. And that girl ain't it. See, I wouldn't tell you about any of that. And that's why they count on Stan. You understand why, now that I've spelled it out for you? Now don't you forget what Stan did for you. Capiche?
Tell Joey to plug up the basement in the Neapolitan.
Think I'll head down to the pier and catch a show.
Hold up.
Abigail is waiting for you. Well, don't look at me. You're the one with the dose.
Would you happen to have the time?
It's so cold. What was that? They're gonna come for me.
Tell me you have the dose. You're a lifesaver. All right, Abby. Down the hatch.
Then? Mom.
course. Oh, right. Guess I'm in trouble again, huh?
This is just temporary. We need to find you a real solution. An antidote. You got into this, Abs. Do you know anything about getting off it?
Well, maybe Dad would have told me if he hadn't cut me out. But that's all water under the bridge, though. Everything's dandy now. We're in West Virginia. It's a new start. No more jobs, no more Dad. Everything's good. It has to be.
Dad? Thing is, I've tried to get answers from him about all kinds of things. But if he knows something about Devil's Blood, it has to still be in there somewhere. Maybe you'll have better luck than me. Look, I know it's awkward, but would you try talking to him?
Now, there's no use rehashing all of that. We got you the blood, didn't we? That's what matters.
We? Don't tell me you went with them.
Well, what's with the accusatory tone? I helped, didn't I?
You helped? Why don't you tell me what actually happened? Really? Well, I'm glad to hear that then.
Oh, I'll spill the beans. They're going to fall out eventually. When I heard you had a way to fly to Atlantic City, I saw an opportunity to redeem myself. To steal the stage and show them Evelyn Russo, the fearless songstress, to remind the audience what they loved about me. But the showman found out before I could do anything, and it was all for the better. I don't know what possessed me. Going on stage without a proper act prepared, it would have been a disaster.
Are you crazy? You're lucky you made it back alive. When will you think about us for once? What you're leaving behind?
Yes, there's that aspect of it as well. You have to understand, Vincenzo. My life has always been showbiz. I don't know who I am without it. But here's to me finding out. I realized I have another role to play here, as your mother. Perhaps I haven't committed to that as fully as I should have.
Wow. Is this an apology?
Yes, whatever you want to call it. I say we've gotten too sentimental already, but well, there you have it.
I just hope that you mean it. We really need you here.
And here I am. But let's not make it awkward, shall we? We have Abigail to worry about at the moment.
Well, that's a bit complicated. Him and Abs used to be really close, back when she was younger. We never understood what changed, and now, maybe we never will. It's been really tough for her. To put it simply, I'm a disappointment to him. Abby had a better chance of knowing than me. And you're a third party, uninvolved. He might let something slip if he thinks it's of no consequence to you. I wasn't sure if you had already put it together, but Dad was a big player in the family. It makes sense that he might know something about blood. The question is if he knows anything that could help Abby. And if it's still possible to coax it out of him somehow. Hey. Thanks. You saved my sister's life.
Abigail? Are you, all right, dear?
Who, me? You're really asking?
Of course, darling. We're going to get you out of this conundrum. If anyone knows how to slink out of a mess, it's your mother. Never mind that there's usually another one waiting. We'll tackle that when we get to it.
Yeah, we will. Won't we? Thanks, Mom.
Go talk to my father. I'll take care of Abby.
The wayward. More like the bedraggled. But I don't want their business anyway.
Oh, it's you! Who were you again?
There has to be some way to help Abby.
Split ends and no...
Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. I know a lot, but I've been around a long time.
I wonder what Pop knows.
Abby, in trouble? If only I could have. If only I could have, if only I could have,
I won't be
spent
caught dead
more time with her.
radioactive slop.
Hang in there, Abs.
Abby, darling, such a strong child.
No shopping for miles. Not even a convenience store. And the way these Appalachians
You need something too?
vending machines.
So what did Pop have to say? Anything comprehensible? Pop. So he's not totally gone. Well, that's reassuring. Or upsetting. Haven't decided yet, and don't have time to. Well, if he won't help us, we'll need more of a Hail Mary.
Where is everybody? Does no one want to drink in these godforsaken hills? To dance?
What? Oh, right. You mean Caps. Was hoping you'd have more of a heart, but fine. I'll buy whatever help I can get if it means saving Abby. I agree. Ever since Abby mentioned Pop, I've been racking my brain, trying to remember anything he might have told me. I remember he would take business trips to the city center. That's government territory, so it always struck me as out of character. He told us he had a warehouse there. Never said what it was for, and I never found out either. If he really was involved with Devil's Blood, though, maybe that place has something to do with it. Maybe the family is keeping stock there. Even an antidote if we're lucky.
I thought I told Vincenzo to scrub the must out of this place. Ugh.
I can't say for sure, but Pop, well, he was in the family. You know, the mob. The same mob that sells Devil's Blood. Maybe he was just collecting Vigorish, but... And I really hate saying this. I hope it was blood-related, because it could be our only lead.
In a shack amidst the hills of absolutely nowhere.
Glad you agree. I know it's a long shot, but it gives us a starting point. Alright, we'll need to borrow that vertebrate of yours again. I'm coming with you this time. We'll fly into downtown, and I'll get us in contact with an old friend of mine familiar with the rumors. She'll know where to go from there. Let's meet in Atlantic City and go from there. Let's meet in Atlantic City and go from there. I wonder what Pop knows.
Mother Charlotte. More like Mother Charlotte Penn. Her and all the goons.
Okay, now that we're here, it's time to find Sloane. She used to patrol this area. Said if I ever needed help, to head this way, and she'd find me. Sloane's a friend, a former colleague. She works for the city doing street cleaning. Oh, it's not what you're probably thinking. She's a monster hunter. She and her crew take care of any overgrown that slip into town from the Pine Barrens. She kills things. Bad things, like overgrown, mind you. You'll get along great. That wasn't what I expected.
I'd ever hear that whistle again, Ben. But it sounds as good as ever.
Thanks, Sloan. I bet you thought you were rid of my poor aim when I left the munis.
You know I never wanted to be rid of you in the first place, but... yeah, I really did. Always nice to see some friendly faces. Though I don't recognize yours.
Let's see what Sloan has
What
to
brings
say.
you back to AC, Ven? You bringing me a new recruit?
I've come to ask you a favor. Remember those reports we used to get about the family snooping around our turf? We're here to find them.
The family? Steer clear of them, Ven. They're trouble. What has you looking for those gangsters anyway? Your new friend here drag you into this? Cure? I hope that doesn't mean what I think it means.
Abby's on Devil's Blood. We're here trying to find an antidote. I know the mob moves in and out of the district. Don't ask me how. It's the perfect place to hide chems. Tucked in a dangerous part of town, away from their precious casino, out of the spotlight. If they do have a warehouse here, maybe we can find a lead on a cure. Please. I need your help.
Ven, I'm so sorry. You know I want to help. But first, I've got my own problem to solve. I'm only out this way because my squad got scattered fighting overgrown nearby. I'm still missing a lot of my people. I need to find them. But there's a lot of ground to cover.
Listen, you're our best bet for finding that warehouse. Let us help you. Together, we can find your squad faster, and then you can repay the favor.
Really? Are you sure? Abby needs you.
Like I said, to help Abby, we need you. Plus, I can't just leave my old comrades to die.
If you insist, I won't turn you down. But I hope you aren't doing this out of some misguided sense of guilt. And what about you? You as good a Samaritan as Mr. Russo here? You really must be new here. Think plants, but mutants. They creep over everything and everyone, devouring it all. Their spores infect things and turn them into mindless drones. They've always been out there in the Pine Barrens, ever since the war. It's our job to keep them out of the city proper, so the people here can enjoy the lives they've made for themselves.
Looks like it's only a matter of time before nature takes this place back.
I like that attitude. All right. I saw some of my cadets head down the road past your makeshift landing pad. Head over there and help out anyone you can find. Vin and I will take our own path and help out the rest. Meet us up the road closer to City Hall when you're done. I have a hunch about where we can find that warehouse of yours. Good luck.
I could have taken them. If I had more ammo.
Thanks. I thought I was dead meat.
Thank you. You saved my life. My bad day got a whole lot better. Thank you.
We made it. Thanks, Finn. You held up pretty well after your hiatus.
It's nice to know I haven't lost my touch.
Thanks for helping my people. I owe you one.
Oh, that brought back some memories.
Missing the good old days?
Oh, I don't miss the danger. But it does feel good to be a muni again. Even as a fill-in. Stay. I couldn't do that. Right? My family needs me in Appalachia. Abby needs me.
Abby. Poor girl. I hope for her sake, whatever hunch you have pays off. You should check down this alley. We've seen family members hanging around a building down there. I don't want to fight, so we've never pressed them on why. Could be what you're looking for.
If they're guarding a building off their usual turf, that has to be something important. But how do we get in? Worth a shot. We'll hang back and keep watch from this direction. Good luck. Good luck.
I'm telling you, it's real. I've seen it with my own two eyes.
You're pulling my leg. There's no way.
It's true.
So how you gonna prove it? Gonna pull one out of thin air?
they're your family, Vin. You did the right thing.
That's what I keep telling myself. There's a part of me that still thinks I did wrong.
You know I'd love to have you back, Vin. But Abby comes first.
You're back. That was incredible. What did you find? Look, that was a private conversation. But you're doing us a huge favor here, so I guess I'll spill my guts to you too. Yes, I had second thoughts about leaving Atlantic City. I loved my job with the munis, wading into the scummy pond water, taking the torch to endless nests of overgrown. It was the furthest thing from my past and current life. It had meaning. I wasn't slinging cocktails for killers or working all night just to keep my mom's insane project in business. I really felt like I was living, you know? Not shutting my eyes to the world outside, wishing it would all just go away. So you can imagine, I have a few regrets. I know. That's what I tell myself every day. Enough about me. What did you find in the warehouse back there? Really? Then we were right. I can hardly believe it.
I think I know the building you're talking about. We received reports of people slinking around that area. But it's so full of overgrown that I dismissed the idea out of hand. That was dumb of me. Let's head that way, see what's there. Maybe we can sneak inside.
I'd stay clear of the showmen if I were you. Their idea of fun usually puts someone.
This is the building the terminal referenced. No obvious way in.
There has to be something. Hey, what about these?
Let's see what Vin found.
We used to use pipes like these to pump the water out of buildings and go hunting for salvage. But couldn't we reverse the flow? And use the pressure to flush the family out? With the right adjustments, we can blast enough water inside to take out any guards and create some kind of opening.
Let's see what Vin found. Now that you mention it, we did have an incident once where a newbie mixed up the valve order and blasted a bunch of overgrown to Kingdom Come.
That's a risk, but if we control the pressure correctly, we should be all right. You'll just have to trust me on execution. Yes, we're so close. I just know this will pay off.
It's a good plan, Vin. But this is the end of the line for me. If a municipal officer got caught assaulting a gangster hideout, it could jeopardize the peace we have in Atlantic City. Before I go, though, I want to make you an offer. I want you to come back to us when this is all through. Curing Abby takes precedence. I would never say otherwise. But it's clear you missed the job. We'll take you back. I'll pull whatever strings are necessary. What do you think?
I knew this was coming, but I'm still not sure what to say. In my heart, I'm a muni, but I left for a reason. My family needs me, desperately. If I'm not there for them, they'll probably devolve into raiders or ghouls or worse. And I'm only half joking. I need to think about it. I will take it seriously. I promise.
I know you will. I'm sorry to make you choose again, but I really do feel it would be right for you to return. Think it through. I'll be here for you either way. Good luck, Finn.
Okay, concentrate. Back to business. These pumps are finicky. We'll need to turn the valves in the right order to reverse the flow. The valves are marked with their numbers. I think the order should be 3, 2, 4, 1. Can you remember that? That's right. Let's have at it. Remember, the valve order is 3, 2, 4, 1. Got it? Whoa, that did it. Let's get in there and clear out what's left.
You don't fuck
Did it. The plan worked. Okay, now we just need to look around and see if there's a cure stashed here somewhere. Before we do, though, tell me something. Once we're all past this, do you think I should come back here? Leave the business, try and return to my old life? It's my life we're talking about here. I don't want to take a decision like this lightly. I didn't before, and I won't now. It's just not who I am. What would you do in my position? I guess our being here now is evidence enough of that, isn't it? They really do rely on me. Should I leave them in the lurch to pursue my own happiness? You've given me some food for thought. Thank you. I'll sort out my own feelings later. Now, it looks like there's another floor to this place. Let's get up there and take a look. Well, who do we have here?
Hey, look. I just work here, okay? I don't want any more trouble. Take what you want, but don't hurt me. Me? I'm Jean. I cook blood for the family. Not my first choice, but it has its perks. Wait, why am I answering your questions? Who are you? What are you doing here? Cure for devil's blood addiction? That info is what we call classified. You'll have to make me an offer better than the kneecaps I'll lose for telling you. I remember that feeling, yeah. Appeal to my soft side, why don't you? Look, I would if I could, okay? But I can't cook an antidote for devil's blood. Not with what I got here. I only use synthetic materials. Hate to talk down my own product, but, yeah, it's almost like knockoff stuff. Wasn't always that way. In the good old days, before I was caged up like a lab rat, we used a purer, organic compound. But times have changed.
But if you had that organic compound, you could create an antidote? Can't we get it for you?
Well, maybe if you could get it. But good luck with that. Even I don't know where it comes from. Only the original creator does. And he's long gone. Conchita Lombardi drove him into exile when she took power. Might have even whacked him by now. So unless you happen to know where Tony Russo is hiding out, you aren't getting your cure. Sorry, pal.
My father? Damn it, Pop. I knew you had something to do with this. Just not what...
Wait... Tony is your dad? The mafia boss Antonio Russo? Oh my god. Oh my god, you're Vinny? I really am losing my kneecaps.
Seems like we owe my father another visit. Senile or not. We have to get him to cough up some info if we want to save Abby.
Senile? Oh, kid! Did you really fall for that act? That man's as sharp as a carving knife. He was barking orders right up until he fled. Never a hint of forgetfulness. Oh, I won! He's been pulling the wool over your eyes, Vin. Yeah, I'm just sad to see you fell for it.
What? There's no way. Unless... I was pretty busy. And I'd been away from home, working for the munis for a while. Did I just take it for granted? Yeah. That's, a lot to take in, isn't it? The man created the poison that's killing his daughter. As for the how or the why, only he knows. Though profit and power must play into it. A defense mechanism, I suppose? Maybe he thought if he acted harmless, then the family would have no reason to pursue him to Appalachia. Those hitmen from the Rose Room proved that wrong. You're right. We need to head home and confront my father. Do whatever it takes to make him admit he's been playing us, or dig up something that could lead to a cure. I know this was a lot to go through, but thank you again for doing this. I'll meet you at home when you're ready.
You still hanging around here? Don't you got someplace else to be? So, if I help with this, right, when? Will there be a reward involved? Possibly some blood? Right! Oh, I forgot how generous you are, Antonio. Oh, a witness. Good. I mean, hello again.
This place sucks. We were better off up north.
Mom, will you relax? This isn't helpful. He's sick. We don't even know if what Vin said is true.
Abigail, please. I've handled more than one bad performance in my day. I just didn't think it would be my husband I'm booing off the stage!
Ladies, I do wish that I could help you, but this devil's blood sounds very dangerous.
Just cut the crap! Your acting's not even good. Frankly, it's embarrassing that we fell for it for so long.
What? What's going on? This is all very overwhelming.
Ven, where did you hear that Dad is faking?
I met one of his old business partners, Jean. She told me everything. Pop's been faking senility to get out of AC so that Concerta Lombardi can't have him killed. That's why those hitmen showed up at the Rose Room. Our friend here can back me up.
Is this true? I wish I could say I can't believe it. But, God, Dad, really? This was the first thing your brain went to? To fake dementia?
And this cursed nightclub? All that nonsense you gave me about an Appalachian nightlife. Ah, just another falsehood! No one makes a fool out of me, Antonio Russo!
The only one making a fool out of you is yourself, Evelyn! All of you! So yeah. Yeah. I was playing hooky. You think it's because I like walking around like a dried prune asking what day of the week it is, huh?
I had a target painted on my back by the damn mob! Would you rather have a senile father or a dead one, huh? Yeah. Thought so.
I just wanted a dad. Period.
You can write a novel on why you're innocent later. How about we talk about what we're going to do for Abby?
Hey, let's not overreact now. It's just a little indulgence, right? Who doesn't have a vice these days, huh? She looks fine.
Oh, I've married a Shakespearean villain, haven't I? Our daughter is dying, Antonio.
Why? Oh, would you quit the melodrama for just a few seconds, Evelyn, for the sake of...
For once, she's not being dramatic. According to Jean, Abby needs a pure sample of devil's blood to make an antidote for her withdrawal symptoms. And you're the only one who knows how to get it.
For God's sake. You had to go for the one chem you couldn't come off of. What's the matter with you? All right, Peanut Gallery. There's something you all need to see. Come with me.
Whoa.
Antonio, what is this beast doing in my home? Oh, disgusting.
I've seen one of these before stalking around the city center. Not something I'd want to piss off, I'll say that much.
We started seeing these fellas show up around 10 years ago. Devils, we called them. They're still pretty rare. Elusive.
Then why do you have this?
You tell me, honey. Would the showman pay top dollar for a freak show devil corpse?
So you killed it to make a profit.
Hey, Abby, look at this thing. What do you think it is, a bunny rabbit? It's as ugly as sin. Look, I needed an edge over Concerta. Quintino had yours truly to be next in line to be godfather, but that little viper wasn't having it. She tried to sabotage me at every turn. I needed to make more caps, prove that I was useful.
And embalming this thing was the answer. Oh, what a ridiculous idea from a ridiculous man.
I'm ridiculous, Miss Primadonna? What wasn't ridiculous was this fella's blood. I originally took it to Jean to get it embalmed, you know, promised her a small cut. But any dreams of a sideshow attraction disappeared when we realized the tantalizing properties of its blood.
Does this mean you still have a sample of its blood? We need to get it to Jean as soon as possible.
It just so happens I do. If what you're saying is true, then we need to act now on an antidote. I'll take Abby and your friend here to Jean. No, what a tag-alongs. The damn mob's gonna be swarming our tails the whole way. Concerta will know I'm back the second we touch ground on Jersey soil.
Damn it. If it weren't for the mob. Stay safe, all right, Abby?
I will. I got us into this mess. The last thing I want to do is to drag you further into it.
I hope you know what you're doing, Tony.
You, me, Atlantic City. Many reasons, kid. For one, they're a pain in the ass to kill. They'll turn you into a paper angel before you know it. This fella here is already dead. That makes things a hell of a lot simpler. Two, probably because Vin was too busy fantasizing about unicorns and rainbows or whatever munis do to just suggest that in the first place. Concerta's the little sister of Quintino Lombardi, the godfather. She's an ambitious, conniving brat. Let's just say Quintino named me as his successor, despite me not being his own flesh and blood. The man was sterile. As such, Concerta wanted me out of the picture to take power by force. I could get a skywriter to spell it out for you if I wasn't clear the first time. Concerta wanted to ice me out. I thought if I faked having dementia, she would write me off and leave me alone. Fat lot of good that did. You saw those assassins? You can guess whether she bought it or not. Pride? One of the 7 deadly sins people love to preach about. In order to sell the lie, I had to make everyone fall for it. And that included my flesh and blood. You know how headstrong Abby and Vin are, and how Evelyn is. I was so deep in it that I didn't really see a way out. I just kept thinking, someday I'll tell him. But I always put it off. Some may say it was cowardice, but I just think it was a lack of punctuality. Couldn't agree more. Abby and I will meet you in the city center. Try to get there in one piece. Concerta's goons take no prisoners. Give me and Abby some time to catch up.
Evelyn Russo, nursing cheap vodka in a shack amidst the hills of absolutely nowhere. Oh, how the stars have fallen.
If it isn't the family therapist, how's it going?
Nothing's ever simple.
Ha. Yeah, very funny. Did you learn that one at the boardwalk? If you're asking if it feels nice not to have to pretend anymore, yeah. Yeah, it does. Had to do a lot of research on dementia in order to properly mimic its symptoms. Just thinking about having it for real gives me the shakes.
No shopping for miles. Not even
Oh
a
boy,
convenience store.
my favorite.
The way these Appalachians decorate their vending machines, just a travesty.
Yes and no. I don't have any plans of heading back to AC. No, sir, I'm comfortable right here in Nowheresville. Technically, not on the run, but if I did show up in AC, you can bet Concerta or whoever bests her would put me down like a yellow dog behind a shed.
Another broken nail. I'm not cut out for all this manual labor.
Chaos, probably. Not like I give a damn anymore. La Cosa Nostra. Feh. It was like La Mia Cosa all along, you understand? And now that they ice me out, I'm done. I don't care who takes the reins now. Concerta, Fabio, some other wise guy, doesn't matter. I hope it all burns.
No way, Bird.
Q wouldn't have wanted this.
I don't want their business anyway.
Sure I do. Sure as the sun rises and falls. But life's always changing, kid. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worst. There's highs and lows. And right now, I'm stuck in a long low. Oh, joy. And what might those be?
I thought I told Vincenzo to scrub the must out of this place.
I feel like a teenager again. Well, a teenager with crow's feet and frown lines. Sometimes it's easy to lose the spark in a marriage, you know? The passage of time, raising kids, living in a deadly, unforgiving wasteland. These things cause stress and drive people apart. But we're planning date nights again.
Concoction people drink around here.
Research, kid.
I won't be
A
caught dead
lot
serving
of it.
radioactive
I had to be a bit of a compelling actor as well. Of course, some people were eager to see me gone, so accepting the infirmity of my mind was quite easy for them. It meant I'd be out of the picture, and they could have what was mine.
Are there any songwriters
What riveting
around
dialogue awaits me now?
to search my own feelings for inspiration?
Yeah, try not to get clipped.
Hey, thanks again for what you did for me. I won't forget it.
How would things be different with a normal family?
If all the world's a stage, then I have a part to play right here. Your part was reminding me of that.
Do this, do that.
I'm not sure how much longer I can survive outside the city.
I wish just once we could keep it together.
Charlotte. More like Mother Charlatan. Her and all her goons.
Hey, you just whacked the family man!
So, if I help with this...
When you help, not if.
Right, when? Will there be a reward involved? Possibly some blood?
Sure there will. You'll get the gift of continuing to live. The greatest gift of all.
Right! Oh, I forgot how generous you are, Antonio. Oh, a witness. Good. I mean, hello again.
So, you managed to get here in one piece. Took you long enough to get off that vertibird. Time is of the essence here.
Yes, of the essence, right. Of course, yep. You're Abby, right? You sure you want to get clean?
Focus here, Jeannie.
Focusing. Right. Do you have the sample?
Yeah, but this here is liquid gold. Don't break it.
Give it here.
Hey, Maran, can we maybe speed up the process here?
Dad, just wait.
No. This isn't good. This is the opposite of good. What is that? Bad? Right. Bad.
What's the problem here?
I wasn't expecting this. This has profound implications, and I don't know where.
Just spit it out already. My daughter is dying, and we don't have the time for you to have your little eureka moment.
The sample you brought me isn't pure enough to make an antidote with.
What?
That's a very funny joke, Gene. That came from the Jersey Devil himself. How can you get any fucking purer?
You're not gonna believe me, but, that wasn't the real Jersey Devil. If such a thing even exists, that is. This is juvenile blood. The one you killed was just a child.
What? So you mean the ones we see coming out of the barrens is just... it's... children? Then, how big's the father? Huh? Or the mother? It's hard to tell with these things.
I don't know. No one's ever seen it before. Lived to tell about it, that is. The quantity of neural proteins present in the blood sample isn't vast enough to qualify this as an adult. But if there's a juvenile, that means there's a parent. An adult would have blood potent enough to craft an antidote.
So, you're saying you want us to go into the Pine Barrens and kill an adult devil? Just trying to see if I'm the one who's going nuts, or if it's still you.
But if it's our only option, we've got to.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm saying.
Right. Looks like you and I have some business to take care of with a gentleman from the Barrens. I don't. But it's our only shot, all right? And I don't leave without results. The, properties in the Devil's Blood are too weak. Whatever the egghead said. The, ingredients we need from its blood are not present in big enough quantities for it to work. Like, baking a blood cake, right? I'm still trying to process that it's real at all, frankly. Let's just hope that it is. Not sure. Hey, Egghead. How do we draw an adult devil out?
That I can help with. We've got enough here that I can make fake devil pheromones. If you can bring the pheromones to high points in the city center, maybe the scent will draw the devil out of the Barrens.
I could probably think of a few places to bring him.
Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
We? Oh, no, Abby. You're not coming.
What's your excuse this time? I'm an adult. I can handle myself. I've been handling myself for years now, thanks to you and Mom.
Hey, don't bring your mother into this. Yeah, you've been handling yourself, right? Look how well that's going. You're so strung out, you're on death's door.
Strung out on a chem you sold.
You little... My word is final here. You are not coming. Wait for us here. We'll be back with the blood.
You'll never change, will you?
Go ahead, walk away. It's not like I'm trying to save your life or anything.
You should hurry. Think of all that pure blood being wasted.
Damn it. They're already swarming like wasps out here.
I've got nothing to say to you right now. I'm just disappointed.
place is gonna be the first to go to the overgrown.
If you want to fight, let's make it good. Oh, stay back.
How many of these things do we need to scatter? My legs ain't what they used to be, kid. This is it. Hope my daughter's grateful we're about to whack a living legend for her. What gave it away? Is it the constant tension or her blatantly hating my guts? I know you're not supposed to have a favorite kid, but I did. And it wasn't Vin. When Abby was real little, I took her under my wing. She was a total daddy's girl. Showered her with affection, gifts. I used to let her sit in on all of our meetings. I showed her the ropes. I hate to admit it, but she would have been a top-tier maid woman. But there's a reason they call her Cosa Nostra the family. It's 'cause it replaces your real one. And you've got to fuck over your real one to keep the family happy. You must be real naive if you think that's how this works. You don't just leave. You know how they say you can't turn your back on your family? Same with this kind of family. You leave when you're dead. Only matter is how soon that comes, and for most, it's pretty damn early. Abby, she was, you know, getting older, becoming more of a teenager, and less of a little girl. She was growing into a formidable young woman, and that was the problem. Yeah, thank you, Einstein. I'm well aware of that. You're missing the whole point here. There ain't a law saying women can't be in the family, but there's always been opposition to letting them reach positions of power. Yeah, it's tradition. It's always been men who have done the killing, stealing, the plotting. I was next in line to be godfather. Do you really think they would have accepted her as my heir with no issues? Just ask Conchetta. Why do you think she has a target on my ass? If she could have been Don, Quintino would have chosen her. She's his flesh and blood, after all. Course not. Let's not compare apples to oranges here. Abby and Conchetta are two entirely different stories. I owe her nothing. That woman is ruthless. She'd make a great tyrant, not a leader. I can almost admire it if she'd stop trying to murder me for 2 seconds. But we got more important things to worry about. Like Abby. I wasn't about to set Abby up for disappointment. Trained her all these years just to be rejected. I just distanced myself from her. Didn't let her sit in on my work no more. I never told her why. Over time, she just got the hint. That's when she started acting out. She knew I was the big player moving Devil's blood around AC. I don't know if she knew I discovered it, but that don't really matter now, does it? There's tons of chems you can get hooked on in this shithole, but she got hooked on one thing that she knew would get my attention. Trouble is, blood is highly addictive. She got in to win my love with some such bullshit, but there's no getting out with that poison. I never asked you to be. I just figured you wanted to know what's going on. Yeah, but you're right. We got a lot of issues to work through. Listen, the bastards that...
You won't need a gun anymore.
Oh, look at all that blood! Pure devil blood! Do you know how much this shit is worth? I'll tell you what, kid. Why don't you take a little more than you need? It'll take longer, sure, but Abby's waited this long already. I'm sure she could last a bit longer, and I can take the rest back to Jean and make an exclusive line of elite blood. We could make a killing off it. But there's... well, you might be right there. Maybe I'm losing my grip on myself. I'm getting too old to chase these caps, kid. I don't know how much time I got left. The mob aside, I might as well spend the rest of it trying to make it right with my kids, right? Just take enough for Abby, all right? Just leave the sucker to his own devices. Just take the blood. No use prolonging this. Yes! You and me! We're gonna be rolling in caps, kid. I know I saw an entrepreneurial spirit inside of you. Come on. Let's get back to the lab.
You're back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have all your limbs. Exceeding expectations again, I see.
All right, Jeannie, we got the goods. Hey, where's Abby?
Yeah, about that.
I'm gonna ask nicely one more time. Where is my daughter?
She took off. It wasn't my fault. I swear, Antonio, she just left.
Why on earth would she do that? Her life's in jeopardy, for God's sake.
She said she needed to be alone. That this is a mistake.
What? No, that doesn't make any sense. Did she say where she went?
Sorta. She said she went to the place where she met her real father.
Kids and their dramatics. We need to go find her then. Yes, genius, I am, and I'm pretty sure I know where it is. It's where she first saw me whack a poor fool on a job. Hard to keep a calendar in times like this, but she was still a kid at the time. Fella owed the family caps for some blood he never paid for. He never came up with the cap, so we wasted him. I wasted him. I guess you could say it was Abby's first lesson in what happens to an addict at the end of the line. I'll tell you what the plan is. It's real simple. We go to this overly dramatized place and we find Abby. Then we bring her back here, whether she likes it or not. You and me both, kid. It's completely irrational, I know. She's probably just being a drama queen. You know how teenagers are. Well, she's 20, but that's just a teenager with an extra year. Agree. Let's go! Abby! There you are!
I was hoping you wouldn't find me. Please, just leave me alone. It's best for everyone involved if you just leave me alone.
Abby! What the hell's gotten into you? We got the sample. You need to come back to the lab.
Why even bother with it? Is there even a point to this antidote?
What are you talking about?
Do you even remember what happened here, Dad? You wasted a guy on blood because he didn't pay up. What even sets me apart from him? Why does he get a bullet to the head and I get an antidote?
Abby, this is ridiculous. I'm not gonna just let you die over something that happened 14 years ago. We can't just let her walk away.
I may not have been the one to pull the trigger, but I just stood by and let it happen. I know I was young, but I could have done more. I could have distracted my father, pushed him out of the way, something. How? I mean, it's not like we were locked inside. I told Jean I needed to be alone to think about things. She's totally tweaked out all the time. It's not like she'd put up a fight. A normal life, huh? Let me ask you something. What life do I have to return to? What point is there? My mother's too busy looking in a mirror to look at me. My brother can't be there for me for forever. He has his own life to live. My father kills people and ruins their lives for a living, and I've never even been good enough for that. So let me ask you again. What do I have to go back to? With a life like that, what'll even stop me from using again? Then all of this would be for nothing. Letting them win? There's no winners or losers here. There's nothing for me to prove since there was nothing expected of me in the first place. How do I know anything is gonna change? What proof is there? I'm not surprised. I don't believe my father fought the devil selflessly. Is there even enough blood left for me, or is he gonna sell it all?
There's plenty left for you, kid, but I also got enough where I can turn a profit with the rest. I'm sure you understand. It's not like I'm harming anyone.
It's not about the blood or even the stupid devil. It's about the fact that you've always chosen Caps over me. Why did you walk away from me? What did I do wrong? Even if that's true, he should have stood up for me.
You gotta understand, you can't just stand up to the Godfather. You can't disrespect your superiors. I thought you would have learned that.
After everything we've been through, I don't think you have it in you to change, Dad. Not now, not ever. I don't want my life to be defined by it anymore. I'll take the antidote, I'll get clean, but after all's said and done, I'm staying here in AC. I don't want to see any of you ever again. It's time I carved out my own path without being weighed down by all of your wrongs.
But I've shown you that I can change. I've shown you that I can do better. Look here, I got the antidote for you, sweetheart. Isn't that enough?
Dad, trust is something you've got to build up to and maintain. You've spent 2 decades showing me I can't trust you. It's not like one good experience can undo all the broken promises. I'm sorry, but it's too late to salvage this.
Then we'll do things your way. We'll go back to the lab and talk to Jean. She'll fix you up. It'll give you time to think things through and maybe change your mind.
I don't think I will, Dad. I've already made up my mind. Let's just get this over with.
I got this bad feeling in my stomach. Like impending doom. Is it dread? I think it's dread.
You're back. Did you get the sample? And, will there be any leftovers?
Gotta make the most of these last moments with her. If she'd just look at me.
In every scientific endeavor, there's always a margin of error. But the margin of error here is only about 49%, which is less than half. That's reassuring, right? Just one moment. I need to engineer the antidote. Are you sure you want this, Abby? No more blood. Forever.
Put a sock in it, Gene.
All right. This should be good. Ready, Abby?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Well, do you feel any different?
I don't know. Not really. Wait. I feel... the craving is dying down. It's not as intense.
You should feel some immediate relief. But it'll take weeks for the symptoms to fade completely. It'll only get better from here on out. Not worse.
Thank you, Jean. I should be thanking you the most. Without you, I'd still be... I don't want to think about what might have happened to me. That means a lot to hear. I never considered that anyone cared about whether I lived or died. But I guess some people do, even if it's not Dad's first priority.
You got this all mixed up, Abby. Of course I want you to live. What do you think I came all the way back here for, huh? Why do you think I gunned down the actual devil himself in the flesh, huh? I don't know what else I could possibly do to get through to you. Now, you ready to let go of all this and head home?
I already told you, Dad. I'm staying here. There's just too much to let go of. I need to get away from all of this and start fresh. I'm sorry, but this is goodbye.
Cut the crap, Abby. You had your tantrum and it's time to move past this. Abby! God damn it! Well, that's that then. She's made up her mind. My wife and son ain't gonna be too happy about it. You coming with me to break the news. Prepare yourself for hysterics.
We're done here, right?
How would things be different with a normal family?
Split ends and no hope of a salon. I'm deteriorating.
If you
Welcome
want
to
to
the
do
Rose
the right
Room.
thing, you might as well dump those caps you're carrying on the floor and shoot yourself in the head. That's what doing the right thing is gonna get you. Well, no need to roll out the red carpet for us, but we're back.
Where is Abigail? Where is my daughter? Antonio?
She's not coming back, Evelyn.
Well, is she okay? What the hell happened?
Physically, Abby's fine. She got a cure. Mentally, the jury's out. She decided she wasn't interested in coming home.
This can't be. We were going to rebuild. Have a happy family again.
It's unexpected, but I guess I'm just glad to hear she's all right. Maybe she can find something better out there.
Hey, you. A final word? Well, it's not a full party, but I still owe you my gratitude for prying my daughter from the devil's grasp. Much as I like spoiling her, Abby will make it on her own. I always knew she would. Too stubborn not to.
So, nursing cheap vodka in a shack amidst the hills of absolutely nowhere.
What's your pleasure?
Well, smart Alec, I raised it, didn't I?
I actually have something I want to talk to you all about. This has been on my mind for a while. Ever since we came to Appalachia, I've missed working with the munis. I felt guilty for thinking about them when everyone needed me here. I even thought about going back, about what going home would be like without all of you in it. And I don't want that life. You're my parents, and with Abby leaving, you're gonna need me more than ever. So I want you to know that I'm staying nearby, so long as I'm able.
Oh, don't frighten us like that. You have us all holding our breath just to say nothing's changing.
You'll always have a home here, Vinny. You know that.
Whew, it feels really weird to talk about myself.
Oh, you'll get better with practice. I certainly did.
Yeah, maybe a little too good. Don't you think, honey?
You know you love it.
All right. Family meeting's over. As for you, our doors are open. Least we can do in return for your assistance with family matters. Maybe one of these days, we'll even have a happy hour worth inviting you to.
How's it going?
Bet you think you're a regular gumshoe, huh?
All right, 10 secs to take a breather.
Oh, another broken nail. I'm not cut out for all this manual labor. Not back for more. I'm fantastic company.
Do this, do that.
I hope this isn't some attempt at counseling. Our American dream didn't work out exactly as planned. Sue me for it.
Nothing's ever simple.